in this video, and this is a video presented by Code R Creatives. So let's begin. First we will be seeing the demo of our project, and then we will be building exactly the same project using HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript. No libraries or framework is used in this video. So let's begin. In this project, if you click on add button, it will automatically add up the value. If you click on reset button, it will set the value to 0, and if you click on subtract button, it will decrease the value and by 1, and the color of the value will be green if the number is more than 0. It will be black if the number is 0, and it will be red if the number is more than less than 0. So let's see the coding part now. Let's begin our coding part. First we will be coding in the HTML, then we will be seeing our CSS code, and then we will be jumping on JavaScript code. So I will be not coding CSS code, it is pre-coded. We'll be just showing you what we have done in CSS, and in HTML I will be showing that what all things we have to create so that you know that what is going in JavaScript. So let's begin. First we will be having a div of main class, which will be containing our every element. Every element which we will be creating will be inside a main. Then after that we will be having one more div. Basically now this div is the class of option, and this div will be having two elements. One will be a div of class value, which we will be manipulating in our HTML JavaScript code, and for now I am hard coding it with 0, and then it will be having three buttons which we will be using to manipulate our HTML DOM, and this buttons will be having a common class btn and a special class for every button to identify differently. So we have mainly three buttons with one same class, so that we can give every button the same style, and one with different class. This would be reset because we want our reset button in middle. Reset, and the next button will be button will be of class btn reset, then subtract to decrease our number. As it is a counter, we need to increase, decrease and reset it to 0. So our HTML code is done, and we will be having one heading which will be counter, counter. So our HTML code is completed. Now we will be seeing CSS, and then we will be jumping on app.js, that is our JavaScript file. So in CSS we have mainly everything set to boxes, because in our design, in our demo project, we have seen that we need boxes in centers and all that stuff, and I have given a little bit of transaction effect on hover so that it looks a bit pretty much better. And to create a card type box shadow, we can use box shadow styling, and we have used this styling in buttons also, and in our card also. In our button and in our card both has box styling. So let's see our JavaScript code now. So for JavaScript, we will be doing everything from start to end. So first we need to know that what we actually want in JavaScript. So JavaScript is basically to give a dynamic effect to our static web page. And to give a dynamic effect, we need to take that element which we want to change. We need to add some functions to it because we need to manipulate that element of HTML DOM. And to do that, you have this in a three-step process. First, bring the element, then add an event, and then on that event perform some function. So add an function. So basically we need to do three things: bring the element from HTML DOM, add some events to it like on click, mouse over, something like that, and then add a function to it. So let's bring our elements. We want to bring two types of element. First is button element, on which we will be calling the events, and the second one is the text element that we want to change. Okay, so button elements will be like const add is equals to document dot query selector, and since we have given class name add to our add button, we can bring that button by dot add. This is if it's a class, you need to write a dot in front of add, and if it's a id, you need to write in hashtag before the name. So it was our class name add, so I have written dot add. Then same with reset, and same with subtraction. So this would be document dot query selector, and it will be res class, and this will be our document dot query selector, and it will be of subclass. So as we can see, now we have buttons. We want our text, where we want to insert the text. So we want to insert our text in this div which has a class name value. So we bring in this div in our variable text. So it's like constant text is equals to document dot query selector. I guess I have written something wrong. Yeah, query selector, and it will be of value. And then we need to add events on these three buttons which we have. So to add event on these buttons, you can write it as we want to add an event to add button. So add event listener, and the event listener function takes two parameters. One is what event you want to add to that button, and second is what function it should perform when that event is initiated. So we want to add an click event so that if a person clicks on this button, it should invoke the function increment, and we will be making this function over here. So here we can write a function increment, and after writing function increment, we need to perform some tasks. Now we want an global integer which will be I, and we will initialize it with 0. So what we will be doing, we will be increasing this I by 1 whenever add button is clicked. Okay. And we want to place this I in our DOM in place of that text. So we want to basically manipulate this text variable. So to manipulate that text variable, you can simply write text dot text content, which will be is equals to I. That's it, guys. And the same we will perform with decrement and reset. So this is our increment and it is our decrement functions. So to perform events, first you have to add an event on buttons. So I will be adding events in every button now. Click and comma, and it should call decrement function, and same with reset button. So it should call reset function, and it's res. So now we have to change the name of our function. It is decrement, and it is reset. After changing the name of the function, we need to change this functionality, what exactly it will be doing. So we want this to minus, because now we want to decrement our I, and this will be simply set to 0, because whenever someone would be clicking on reset button, it want I to be initialized 0, because 0 was the place from where we started our program. So this was the place from where we started our program. So now as we can see that our functions are ready, our events are ready, our we have brought the element from HTML DOM. So let's style our HTML on behalf of this I. Basically, whenever someone clicks on increment and I value increases, and as soon as it becomes more than 0, we want to change its text and its background color, text color and background color. And same, if it is a negative value, we want some different styling, and if it is a 0, then we want its initial styling. So to do that, we will be creating one more function, which is known as function colors. Colors is the function name, and we will be calling this function in every function, colors, right? And here we go, colors, and here also colors. Sorry, COLS. Or else we can call this function at the end of function also, because that will be giving us the same result. In a while we will be seeing that what actually this code is performing, because we have not tested it yet. So let's give some styling, and then we will be looking our code. Now it is if I is greater than 0, I want text dot style style dot sorry text dot style style dot color to be green. Okay, and else if I is less than 0, I want text dot style dot color is equals to red. Basically red color I want here, and else, that means if it's not greater than or less than 0, then I want text dot style dot color should be is equals to hashtag 333. It's a shade of black color, a good shade of black color. Basically, I like that shade. So now actually we should now see the code that it is working fine or not. And let me call this function over here. So let's see the code. On adding, uh, it is not working. As we have seen that our code is not showing this color effect. So let me call this function inside our increment, decrement and reset functions, and then we will be checking our code again. I guess now it should work. Yeah, so let's see a code that it is running or not. Yeah, now the text color is changing when the number is positive. Reset button is also working very fine because it is showing a black color effect, and same with our decrement function. So everything is working properly now. So that's it for today, guys. We have seen that how we can manipulate our HTML code. We have not seen CSS in details, but I will try to make a video on CSS after JavaScript is over. And we have also seen that how we can manipulate our HTML DOM using JavaScript. So if you guys like this video and want to see more projects in JavaScript like this, then please share, like and subscribe, and also share with your coding friends who are interested in web development or web designing or programming, because I will be coming up with more videos like this small projects, and might be coming with some crash courses on JavaScript, React, MongoDB, Node.js. So for today, that's it, guys. Bye. Have a nice day.